brought to you by
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the Special Interest Group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Micheal, Lukomwa, with Elizabeth Nakakuni, a sign language interpreter. President Yoweri Museveni has bid farewell to the outgoing Irish ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Kevin Colgan, at State House in Tebe. Ambassador Colgan, who first served in Uganda in the late 1990s and returned in 2020 for a second term, concluded his diplomatic mission this week. President Museveni commended him for his service and acknowledged Ireland's long-standing partnership with Uganda. The president reflected on global and regional issues, emphasizing the importance of fair trade and economic transformation. He reiterated the need for Africa to industrialize and tap into global trade, highlighting the connection between prosperity, production, and purchasing power. He also noted that Africa's growth is beneficial for all, stressing that global prosperity should be inclusive. President Museveni praised Ireland's constructive role in international affairs, and called for deeper dialogue between Africa and the West. He said many current global challenges could be addressed through open engagement and mutual understanding. He also shared insights on Africa's historical journey towards liberation, describing himself as part of the third generation of African freedom fighters. In his farewell remarks, Colgan expressed appreciation for Uganda's progress since his first visit in the 1990s. He noted major improvements in infrastructure development, education, and healthcare. He commended President Museveni's leadership and support for regional integration and Pan-Africanism. The ambassador affirmed Ireland's continued commitment to development efforts in Uganda, particularly in education and sport and support to the Karamoja region. He also highlighted the positive impact of Uganda's education reforms and shared a memorable moment from his time in the country. Uganda has started welcoming teams that will contest in the Champion of African Nations Group C, with Niger treated to a reception they have never witnessed anywhere. We have details.
East Africa becomes the center of African football. CHAN 2024 is here, and it's bigger than ever. 3 proud nations, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, united by football, passion, and power.
Clad in their famed green and orange tracksuits, the Niger national team, the Menace, touched down at Entebbe International Airport to become the first squad to arrive for the Championships of African Nations. The West Africans were treated to various traditional dances as they made their way out of the airport at the arrivals terminal. The delegation seemed visibly impressed with the giant silverback that is strategically placed for everyone heading out of the airport. From the airport, the team was driven to Protea Skies Hotel in Naguru, where the squad will be staying. Niger, that is in its 5th Championship of African Nations tournament, is in Group C with Uganda, South Africa, Algeria, and Guinea. Niger will look to go a step better than at the last edition, where it finished fourth after losing the bronze medal match to Madagascar. Niger, which is the lowest ranked in Group C, will open its tournament with a match against Guinea on Monday at 5 p.m. at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. All Group C games in Uganda will be played at the Mandela National Stadium in Nambole.
From the first whistle to the final roar, 35 thrilling matches, live only on UBC TV and radio stations. Wherever you are in Uganda, from the city to the village, UBC brings CHAN 2024 to your screen.
Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs has been faulted for delaying to implement the agreement signed between Alpha MBM Aviation DWC LLC of the United Arab Emirates to provide aircrafts, which forced Uganda Air Cargo Corporation to lease and charter aircraft, making loss of taxpayers' money. They were appearing before the Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises to answer queries of the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2023-24 on this joint venture.
Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs and the management of Uganda Air Cargo Corporation have appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises to answer queries in the Auditor General's report regarding the investment proposal that was actualized in a joint venture agreement between the Ministry of Defense on behalf of Uganda Air Cargo Corporation and Alpha MBM Aviation from United Arab Emirates. The chairperson of the committee, Medal Vega Segona, sought to know the role of the ministry in securing the agreement and that of Air Cargo. The Permanent Secretary, Rose Biengoma, from the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, said Uganda Air Cargo was experiencing a long-standing air assets constraints and aircraft C-130 was most of the times grounded.
Cargo's aircraft C-130 was most of the time grounded due to technical and mechanical defaults, which made it unreliable for the transportation of troops and equipment. Joint venture through MBM proposed to bring 7 aircrafts, and they were supposed to start with 2 of them.
Although the agreement was signed on 22nd May 2024, the joint venture was incorporated on 28th March 2025, and members of the committee interrogated officials to tell them what caused the delay.
I want to know why it took you a year. It is an important industry we are dealing with.
The Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, Jacob Oboth, told the committee that the ministry was not ready. Although the partners were ready, there were a lot of bureaucracies.
That our partners were ready right from the word go. And for us, as ministry and Uganda Air Cargo, we failed on our part.
Okay. You breached.
And I take, we did not have to demonstrate the ability. And they brought an aircraft in Entebbe before all this. So some ad hoc way of working was taking place.
Oboth said there are 2 critical documents in the legal framework with agreed areas made on 22nd May 2024 that culminated into the special purpose vehicle, the joint venture agreement made on 28th March 2025.
The committee is to do the audit. You should be able to do the audit between that incorporated joint venture, not the memorandum, which was a policy document giving a framework for the operation of the joint venture.
Of the incorporation of the new joint venture agreement, the term of office of the board had expired.
So you're causing another independent entity to implement an agreement they are not party to. That explains the grumbling between the would-be parties.
Executed by the ministry at a policy level. Now implementation has to be a real company and that company, the name is Uganda Air Cargo International Limited. That's now the joint venture company.
I want to see a registration not of Uganda Air Cargo International, but documents first of the Alpha here as a foreign company coming to do business. Then, after validating that, you go to your joint venture.
The chairperson of the committee, Medad Lubega Segona, wanted to know whether Uganda Air Cargo Corporation was doing business during the 1 year of the delay to implement the agreement.
Aircraft was aware, you will tell us what it had gone to do, yet it had been provided pursuant to this memorandum. Venture arrangement under which someone has provided a facility like an aircraft. It goes, you start hiring and chartering and leasing, and you are spending our money.
Because it was their property, so you do not bother to know why it was taken back.
I'm Nafka Farida and Gloria Guitabinji at Parliament.
Ministry of Education and Sports has kicked off the selection of qualified candidates under the Joint Admissions Board or JAB arrangement to join tertiary institutions. Government intends to sponsor 6,000 students to join tertiary institutions under the JAB arrangement. Minister for Higher Education, Joyce Muyingo, launched the 2-day exercise at the National ICT Hub in Nakao.
With these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the 36th Joint Admissions Board selection exercise for 2025-2026 academic year officially.
State Minister for Higher Education, John Chrysostom Muyingo, has launched the 2-day JAB selection exercise at the National ICT Hub in Nakawa.
The large number of applicants for the various diploma courses that you will be considering for selection is a testament of the success of the government's policy of skilling, and I'm optimistic that if more youth embrace technical vocational education and training, we can effectively create jobs and combat criminality in our communities.
Muyingo cautioned scholarship managers on transparency during the selection process.
Your role in ensuring a transparent, merit-based and inclusive admission system is indispensable to the delivery of quality higher education in Uganda. Colleagues, the decisions you will be making during this selection exercise are very important because they are going to shape the future of our nation.
Institution managers were called upon to appreciate the TVET Act of 2025 in order to accelerate skills development.
Tertiary education leads the way in giving students the knowledge and skills they need to work and serve well. Government understands this and continues to invest in higher education by building infrastructure and paying salaries.
The ministry intends to the decentralization of job application and selection exercise to minimize bureaucracy involved.
The arrangement initially was to have the decentralized admission first, and then this one comes last. But for some other reasons, this one has come as second last, and finally we shall have a decentralized admission, which many of you again will be invited to participate.
This year, the ministry received over 30,000 applications competing for available 6,000 positions, and the selected candidates will be posted in one of the 34 public tertiary institutions. Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara Jizamba and Abdunasil Lukomwa.
Makerere University has signed a memorandum of understanding with Nanjing Agricultural University in China to enhance agricultural research, innovation and student exchange program. We have details here.
This Memorandum of Understanding MOU aligns with President Museveni's emphasis on value addition to agricultural products to boost quality and competitiveness. In the MOU, students from Makerere University will be trained at Nanjing Agricultural University in agricultural research and innovation.
Growth, because the few farmers that have used it, so it's a very good brand. It's very adaptable to our needs, but still the consumption is low. So mining is out of concern so that our fertilizer also is able to grow and it's not crowded out by better imported brands.
Partnership will facilitate joint research and innovation initiatives to improve agricultural productivity. So
there will be a very strong collaboration between the two universities to make sure that our research products are adapted by farmers. They really reach the farmers. We have had a lot of problems for our research, and I know this way when that Makerere University has been doing a lot of research.
Makerere University Vice Chancellor Barnabas Nawangwe says the partnership will enhance knowledge and value addition in the agricultural sector.
And this is extremely important for us in Uganda, in Africa, because our population is not the same as the population of China. Okay, and we must feed our people. And it is growing, the population is growing very fast.
As senior presidential advisor and head of the Chinese delegation, Vincent Bamulanga Chisempija emphasized agricultural research and innovation in boosting Uganda's economy.
Value to our agricultural products and marketing what has been produced as added value, as product that has had addition in its value.
The partnership will improve Uganda's agricultural products and equip students with new knowledge and skills.
The biggest problem is lack of marketing skills. Yeah, we need to improve in that, and they are willing to work with us to do that.
We produce together half beans back to China because we want to do some further work in China, because here still the people in the training and especially workshop will really improve.
Makerere University will share their acquired knowledge with local communities to promote value addition, adapt innovative agricultural practices.
The Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, has emphasized the importance of skills development in education system. Nawangwe was officiating at the closure of the China Funds in Trust Phase 3 held at Makerere University.
The China Funds Interest project was aimed at strengthening university-industry linkages to support innovation ecosystems. Vice Chancellor Makerere University Professor Barnabas Nawangwe stated the relevance of innovation in a country's development.
Because for us at Makerere, we have our strategic plan is that we must be a research and innovation university. Because without that, we are not going to transform our society. There is no way. If you look at all the other countries apart from the United States, look at South Korea, look at China itself.
Through this project, university students have managed to come up with innovations intended to solve societal challenges.
We decided to use that milk to turn it into ghee. So when we turn it into ghee, we extract the smell of ghee. And then we make this jelly and the oil so that they can be used by even those people that are allergic to dairy products. So as you know, ghee is an oil, so it moisturizes the skin. It's good for people who have a dry skin.
This was our final year project titled A Coin Automated Juice Vending Machine. How it works, it is a user-friendly machine. You follow the guidelines being displayed, and you're able to get the juice in 1 minute. Then you select the type of juice that you want, then you'll be able to insert in the coin. And then you're going to be served in.
The project, implemented by UNESCO, will be extended to other institutions of higher learning to enhance skills training and innovation capacity.
That this goes to every university in Uganda and goes to every school or every college, such that then we produce people who can do it. Gone are the days when we used to see this from international schools, where they were more practical than our traditional schools.
It has further enabled a smoother transition from academia to the labor market by equipping students with practical, market-ready skills.
We know that in this country, maybe in the other countries, we are dealing with the issue of graduate unemployment, among others. We are dealing with issues of mismatch of skills, among others. Therefore, having an emphasis on ensuring that we understand what the labor market wants from us, I think is very important.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Minister for Energy and Mineral Development Ruth Nankabirwa has promised to lobby for funds towards humanitarian service in the bid for Inner Wheel Club of Kampala Centro's initiative to provide sanitary wear to incarcerated women in Luzira prison and all over the country.
Thank you so much, Laura.
In 2024, the Inner Wheel Club of Kampala Central, a dynamic part of the global Inner Wheel organization, whose agenda is focusing on community service and empowerment in Kampala, was formed. With years of charitable service and support for vulnerable people like incarcerated mothers and children, Inner Wheel Club of Kampala Central has installed Rose Sanyu Kasule as their president, succeeding the outgoing charter and first ever installed President Gladys Muhumuza. With the instruments of power, the incoming President Rose Sanyu Kasule committed her service to 3 core pillars.
My vision for this year is grounded in 3 core pillars. Number 1 is service that leaves a mark. We will deepen our commitment to initiatives that empower women and children, improve health and education, and bring lasting change to our communities. Our other core pillar that we want to look at this year is sisterhood that strengthens. I will work to ensure that every member feels seen, heard, and valued.
At the same event, induction of new members was done and President Sanyu presented a selected committee team who included Naomi Agaba, wife to UBC's Managing Director Wilson Agaba as the Treasurer, Barbara Magezi, the Vice President, Caroline Tenywa, the Secretary, to mention but a few. Minister Ruth Nankabirwa pledged full support towards the humanitarian services of Inner Wheel Club of Kampala Central.
So when we decide to pull our efforts together and say, this time we want people to come and support us, if I'm given that opportunity to be part of that organization, we can pull people who can come and support us. That's what I do for church. Throughout my tenure of service, I work for church, and I don't dig in my pockets, but somehow we mobilize funds and we do church work. So I'm standing here to encourage you to keep your friends on the side so that you can call upon them.
The handover ceremony was graced by the Managing Director UBC Wilson Agaba, the Chief Executive Officer Centenary Banker Fabian Kesi, Past District Governor Kakembo Nsubuga, among other dignitaries. Amwa Evangioko for UBC.
Buganda Kingdom has condemned chaos that is observed during elections and other political activities. It was a message by the Katikiro, Charles Peter Maiga, while meeting a group of members of the Justice Forum Jema Party at Bulange Bengo.
As the country prepares for the 2026 elections, the Buganda Kingdom has urged politicians, voters and security agencies to avoid violence. The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, made this call during the courtesy visit by youth members of the Justice Forum Party.
We witnessed violence during the NRM primaries, which is deplorable, which is so unfortunate. And, we witnessed money changing hands. Commercialization of politics cannot stabilize the country in the long run, or violence itself. So as young political actors, You should not focus on money or those who have the money. You should focus on the kind of politics that can stabilize the country, that can bring justice to everyone, that can cause social and economic transformation in the lives of the people. That's where your focus should be.
Maiga advised the youth to remain hopeful and to act with integrity.
It's important that you get people you emulate. That will help you, and that should happen when you're still young. So that when you are not, you perform the kind of things we want to see in our leaders. Leadership which is aimed at solving the challenges that we are faced with. That's what leadership is about.
On behalf of JEMA members, the Secretary General Haj Mohamed Kateriga commended the Katikiro for initiating programs that uplift people out of poverty.
Engeri y'okwatamu ensonga zo mu buvumu n'otatiisibwatiisibwa na boogezi etuwa essanyu n'essuubi kyeba lubaawo Uganda n'eddamu obwenkanya n'eribeera ng'etambulira ku mazima n'obwenkanya.
JEMA contributed Buganda Kingdom Works with 1 million shillings. Cayenne Faith, Andrew Sebida for UBC.
Abeka baratuzi awarunji nafe tujja
Bami kwangu ana inakuchange ono.
Uncle, you can just use your phone.
Tuina momo
va kumwana kununya change
Nayanziza nyo.
Nange kwete
Yes sir.
Zo ziri mmeka
Jire satu
kitundu
Yes sir.
Ngayiro sente ngazinzigweddeko.
But uncle, you can get from your phone.
Let's keep on playing your bodies. What if you move more? Mweba rutegeka nze nogola bankoye kuva ku makya ndi mu shopping. Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule ebintu muri mutya.
Uncle, you're suffering again. Can you put it on your phone and make money?
Bye-bye. Nonsuri do mutima. Undazo kuagara. Naye. Thanks for brother. This enkombo wazicharu wao. Jaja muongere ko. Kagara nyoro omuru shinyego.
Kandete kando.
Hey. Wetaka kutambula. Gwene bwotula.
Tubere munzikiza.
Senga natumo inokuminkiriza.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4 and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development has urged stakeholders in the banking sector to design specialized financial products that attract Ugandans working abroad to invest back home. The Minister for Gender, Betty Amongi, told the 8th Bankers Conference of 2025 that the growing number of illegal migrants complicates effective management of remittances.
The 8th Annual Bankers Conference 2025 is being held under the theme Harnessing the Potential and Maximizing the Impact of Remittances on the Development of Uganda's Economy. The Minister for Labour, Gender and Social Development, Betty Amongi, has urged bankers to develop financial products tailored to manage remittance transfers.
How can this banking system be able to reach even those who are abroad and sell their products there, and also sell the products prior to those who are going for work abroad, understand their products and be able to embrace it.
The Ministry of Labour raised concern over the rising number of illegal migrants which affect remittances.
So many forms of remittance now that people have designed. So we must look at the formal one, and you as bankers, as people in the fintech, can you try and look at avenue through which you are able to design products? For you don't think about someone who is illegal, someone who is legal, think about money, not so.
The central bank is cognizant of the role of remittances in stabilizing the national economy through short and long-term investments.
When we promptly account for education spending as investment rather than consumption, we can see that remittances already contribute substantially to both immediate welfare and long-term productive capacity. So this demonstrates their immense capital potential to contribute even more directly to productive investment if effectively leveraged.
Limited internet access, financial illiteracy and geopolitical factors continue to hinder the efficient transfer and management of remittances.
Limited access to digital remittance services, particularly in our rural areas, and persistent regulatory bottlenecks often push our citizens towards informal channels, which, while sometimes convenient, lack the security and the transparency of the formal system.
Bankers are working on inclusive financial technologies, collaborating with real estate developers to support the diaspora community.
We are dedicating special teams that look after our diaspora customers to advise them on how to handle property purchase or construction, the regulations, their rights, the cost options, and so on.
I believe it is, and we need to be, as service providers, very open with what we are going to take up front, what is the rate or live rates that are being applicable, and then what in the end is actually deposited into the beneficiary's account.
The 2024 Bank of Uganda survey reveals that remittances have reached $1.42 billion, making them Uganda's most significant source of external financing, matching traditional sectors like coffee and tourism. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Lukomwa for UBC.
Honestly, once again, thank the Honourable Minister for joining us.
Sub-region have decried monetarization of politics, climate change and employment and cultural barriers as major issues affecting their livelihood. This was said during Karamoja Regional Youth Parliament held at Moroto District Headquarters, organized by Restless and attended by district youth chairpersons.
The 2024 Uganda National Census Report shows that persons under 31 years constitute 73.2% of Uganda's population. 18 to 30 years at 22 years, 22.7%. Restless Development, with support from embassies of Denmark, Ireland, Kingdom of Netherlands and Sweden in Uganda, have organized Karamoja Regional Youth Parliament on the theme, bringing the youth voices on the decision-making table.
Speak boldly, giving our ideas and all that we know.
Participants included district youth chairpersons, youth councillors and school dropouts in Karamoja sub-region. They discussed peace and security, youth inclusion in digital transformation, governance and youth participation in climate solutions. The youth cited unemployment, cultural barriers, climate change and monetized politics as the major issues affecting them.
This is a very patriarchal society, and a lot of challenges actually come with patriarchal societies because the girls are usually not seen in places where they can make decisions. They are seen as more of domestic staff than people that can actually influence decisions in the community.
With water scarcity, we move to longer areas looking for water for home consumption, and along the way we face challenges of domestic violence. In Karamoja, there is always what we call you akiwaka beru. So you'll be there, you're fetching your water, or you're moving along the street, going back home. Before you know it, your boyfriend grabs you off with his friends, which is really so bad to a girl child. This leads to unwanted pregnancies.
As a young person who has just grown up without any investment or without any serious source of income, it becomes very difficult to participate in bigger positions that you might vie for without money nowadays in Uganda. That makes it difficult for young people and the elderly who have invested to have a leveled ground for competition for any position like the position of district chairperson or the position of MP. Also, for the national policy
request that this cost of elections should be dropped down so that youth can also come up and take up these positions. If we continue like this, we shall not. Youth will always be left behind in decision making.
We have a few vocational schools, and so the youth lack skills that they can earn a living. In this 21st century, we need skills to earn a living.
Timothy Both is the programs manager at Restless Development Uganda.
Young people coming in a very safe space and they freely identify these issues that affect them on a daily basis, and they're able to also co-create solutions to some of these issues which they would really want their leaders at the region be able to address.
Karamoja Regional Parliament was organized to commemorate International Youth Day due next month.
Ministry of Health has received a donation of 33,000 and 16,200 pairs of reading glasses from Evidence Action and the Clinton Health Access Initiative.
The assistive devices will enable persons aged 40 and above with presbyopia to read, write and engage in daily tasks.
When you reach over 40 years, normally one part of your sight, normally the lens also ages, which necessitates sometimes that you need reading glasses to be able to assist you to be able to read. For women, it will be able to assist them to be able to access cooking places, because sometimes if you are not able to see, you'll end up by putting your hand even where there is fire and you'll get what? Burnt. So avoiding those injuries being able to go to the garden, being able to count money. So those are all the benefits which will come with one.
The Clinton Health Access Initiative, CHAI, and Evidence Action are partnering with the Ministry of Health to address the challenges faced by individuals with visual impairments.
We have stepped into that space to support the Ministry of Health to build systems that support people with disabilities. We are starting with eye health because it's the most prevalent, and we are donating about 16,500 glasses today. It's only a start because it's going to be a pilot, but we have also worked to put in place strategies, policies and guidelines to lay the foundation for assistive technologies work.
As an organization that implements cost-effective interventions to reduce the burden of poverty, we felt the need to make this contribution to improve the quality of lives in the people, but also we want to test out scalable models to distribute reading glasses and to screen people with presbyopia in communities.
The country director of Evidence Action, Richard Chivoga, noted that the donation is based on evidence that 1 in 6 people are affected by loss of near vision. The Director General of Health Services, Dr. Charles Olaro, expressed hope for the future supplies across the country.
As a ministry, we're saying that this is what we need to work with other partners to see how do we roll it in all parts of the country. So it's a good initiative, but we want to see how do we integrate.
The glasses will be distributed through health facilities in the Bukedi and Busoga sub-regions, which have been identified having a high population of individuals with visual impairments. Charity Marion Imnat and Chris Buyondo for UBC.
4 people, including an elderly, I beg your pardon, 4 people, including an elderly pedestrian, died on the spot, and at least 13 others were injured after a passenger taxi swerved off the road and plunged into River Malaba. Survivors were rushed to Tororo General Hospital for care.
The accident happened around 6:40 a.m. at Amungura Bridge along the busy Busia-Tororo Road. According to police and eyewitnesses, the passenger taxi registration number UA 889 AM was speeding from Busia towards Tororo. The vehicle hit a 75-year-old elderly man, Raymond Okedi, a resident of Amungura village in Buteba sub-county, killing him instantly. The taxi then lost control, overturned and plunged into River Malaba. 3 passengers died on the spot and 13 others were injured.
A vehicle was coming from Busia heading to Tororo, of which he knocked a certain Muzee who was going to dig. And as he knocked the Muzee, he decided the vehicle overturned into the water.
The people who were near rushed and then they rescued some of the people. 4 were dead, 1 child, 1 lady, then 2 men.
In that accident, we lost on the spot 3 people. 1 male adult, 1 female adult, and 1 male juvenile, whose identities we are yet to ascertain them. But the 13 who sustained serious injuries, we managed to rescue them.
The injured were rushed to Tororo General Hospital for emergency treatment.
Out of the 13, we so far admitted 8. We discharged 3 who are in stable condition. And we have more 2 in our casualty, whereby 1 person is still unconscious, and she's a lady. Before being unconscious, we thought that she was from Magodes, and now we are trying to trace her relatives.
Police has launched investigations into the accident to find out the possible cause.
Investigations are ongoing. The driver is on the run. We call upon everyone to help us have him brought to the drawing board to help us in our investigation.
The Archbishop Kampala Archdiocese, Grace Paul Makerere, has called on the youth to grow into responsible and God-fearing citizens. He was at St. Savio Junior School, where people took part in a significant spiritual milestone in the church.
And above all, Catholics, we are instructed
in the matters of our faith, right from Holy Communion, confirmation, and the profession of faith. Those are the three major ceremonies that we had today. So, in other words, a child is instructed in his faith, the Catholic faith, and it is important that we all encourage our children to do these ceremonies or instructions because they are necessary for other sacraments. You can never become a priest or a religious person unless you are confirmed in your faith.
Brother James and your team, we thank you for the job well done, and we encourage you to continue from where the parents stopped. Now be the right parents, be the right evangelizers, and be the right catechists, and the world will be better. Our sons and daughters, especially Abagore, we congratulate you. You have not finished, you have just started the journey of faith, and we ask you to continue in that journey of faith.
We shall pray for all those good dreams. Don't dream to be rich only. You can dream to be famous, but you should also dream to be useful in society and in the church. Useful is the most important thing. That we want to be of use for God's word and for society and as a citizen of Uganda and of your communities and even to the schools that we went through. We have seen as a church that we are ready to continue spreading the word of God to the others. So we're going to pray for you today in this sacrifice of Mass that you do that. We shall also pray that you also do exams well. That the school continues, the schools that are here continue to progress. That you continue to have good teachers and that your parents are able to sustain you in school because they're able to work and earn. So we shall pray for your parents as well and for your future. Those of you will be there 25 years to come because you need able, good citizens, developmental, those who don't kill others.
Allow me to appreciate Mr. Secretary David.
In the eastern region, lack of affordable sanitary pads has forced many schools, school girls miss classes. Mudondo Justin, a teacher at Namusita Primary School, told UBC that efforts to support learners have been impossible and teachers send learners back home.
The menstrual cycle, sometimes at our school here, we have not been well with the gadgets of giving them to assist them stay in school. They end up absenting themselves from school because of that problem, because a child cannot be well settled in class.
In all the districts that we are moving in, everywhere there is need and lack, you find that the problem of menstruation affects all women, especially to those women or girls in the rural areas.
We were able to distribute a huge number of girls, but the demand is still there. We're not able to fill up make sure that all the girls got. Today we only gave half of the girls that were in school. Most girls were already menstruating, but we don't have the materials to do it, to give them.
Leaders and managers of church institutions have been urged to exercise professionalism while executing their duties. This was during training on effective governance and management of church-led institutions at the Uganda Makerere University main campus in Nkozi.
Good morning. My name is James, CS.
At least do not be hostile to Catholicism.
And you have had many stories of Muslims.
On behalf of His Grace, the Most Reverend Makerere, Bishop of Kampala, and patron of Uganda Makerere University, I bring you
this course
on management and effective administration of the church institutions calls all leaders to be up to date, but also to be able to bring to fore different values the church holds dear. Transparency, accountability, being able to be trusted, and also to be able to reassure the people that we are moving with the times and also helping them to move forward.
Yes, leadership is being tested by the rapidly changing world. Are we able to still lead effectively in a rapidly changing world? So what we need, therefore, is to continuously review our leadership approaches, get the new practices and recommendations, and hopefully we shall be able to be good stewards. Because as the church, I think the biggest role of the church is to be stewards of God's people.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break.
Abeka bana tuzi. Awarunji. Nafe tujja.
Oh. Bami kwangu. Anya inakuchange ono.
Uncle, you can just use your phone.
Tuina momo.
Va ku mwana gununye change.
Nayanziza nnyo.
Nange kwete.
Yes sir.
Zo ziri mmeka?
Jire 3 kitundu.
3 kitundu.
Yes sir.
Nayibo. Sente nga zinzigweddeko.
But uncle, you can get from your phone.
Just keep on playing your bodies. What did you mean? Mweba rutegeka. Nze no bora bankoye. Va ku machandi mu shopping. Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule bintu. Muri mutya.
Uncle, you're suffering again. Can you put it on your phone and make money?
Bye-bye. Musuri domtuma. Undazo kuagara. Naye. Thanks for baraba. Bit, empondo wazichari wawo. Jajja mwongere ko. Mwagara nyo romboro ekinyego.
Kandete kando.
Hey. Wetaka kutambula. Gwene bwotula.
Tubere munzikizo.
Senga natumo inokugumiikiriza.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
News tonight. Minister for Energy and Mineral Development Ruth Nankabirwa has urged players in the extractive industry to operate in full compliance with Uganda's mining and environmental laws. This was during the launch of Euro Gold Refinery in Kamwocha, a suburb of Kampala.
Eurogold Refinery Uganda SMC Limited was granted a refinery license in June 2024 after fulfilling all the statutory requirements set by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. According to Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, the launch of this facility is a testament that the country is not only rich in mineral resources but also ready to harness them responsibly through value addition.
This investment is yet another testament that Uganda is not only rich in mineral resources, but also ready to harness them responsibly through value addition. And you've heard the President emphasize value addition in whatever we are producing. You've heard him announce the ban on exportation of unprocessed mineral. So you are really moving in the critical objective of the President and the policies of Uganda in as far as value addition is concerned.
The refinery will support Uganda's objectives of mineral beneficiation, job creation, increased revenue, and formalization of the gold trade.
The mining sector 5 to 10 years from now will be the cash cow of this country. It will be the only sector that will be in position to finance our budget. And Eurogold, this is just the beginning. We wish you success. We wish you to grow, to multiply more branches, and to see that the gold business becomes pertinent and very accepted in the Ugandan community as agriculture.
Eurogold Director Fanny Barnard applauded government's efforts to improve the investment climate, saying such an environment has empowered local entrepreneurs to venture into sectors traditionally dominated by foreigners.
We actually have a concession in northern Uganda, that is Nyumbe district, and 79.8 kilometers square. That's what government has granted for us. And that is one of the biggest sources we are going to have. Zero Gold Refinery. And another source is also going to be in Abim District and Karamoja, which has all been granted unto us through the community.
He added that sustained support, Uganda could emerge as a regional powerhouse in the extractive industry.
We are changing the mindset. We are changing the status quo. We are making sure that this industry becomes comfortable, soft, clean, effective, as it is like any other business.
Artisanal miners, who form a significant portion of Uganda's informal sector, have also welcomed the launch.
This opening of this refinery will help us to have our own local market, devoid of scams. People come and scam us, bring gold here, meet here, and then we lose our product. Now, with this refinery, we'll be able to trace, to sell with secure. Our gold is secure.
Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC.
The Uganda National Oil Company and Vivo Energy Uganda have formalized a landmark partnership to develop liquefied petroleum gas storage infrastructure at the Kabalega Industrial Park in Hoima.
This initiative aligns with Uganda National Oil Company's strategic mandate, which includes bulk LPG production, integrating upstream gas production with domestic consumption. The company is scaling up infrastructure to meet anticipated increases in both local and regional demand for clean energy.
So the signing of the early project activities agreement today between ourselves and Vivo Energy Uganda in preparation for LPG offtake and supply gas from Kingfisher and Tilenga projects signifies our shared vision and collective ambition to progress this transformative LPG project for the people of Uganda. This early project activities agreement sets out the general framework within which we shall undertake the early phase technical activities. And these activities are very essential for the final investment decision and future execution under the joint venture company we intend to form.
For Vivo Energy, this partnership reflects the company's commitment to investing in cleaner energy solutions and advancing Uganda's industrial development goals. Janita Mukasa-Menya is the managing director, Vivo Energy Uganda.
So in today's agreement, for me, it's not just about infrastructure, it's about transforming lives. It's about enabling Ugandans to embrace cleaner energy, empowering businesses to scale, and building an economy that is resilient and ready for the future of our nation. I thank you all once again for the support and partnership, and let us now work together to bring the vision to life.
The key benefits of this partnership include the establishment of LPG storage and filling capacity to support Uganda's upstream oil and gas projects, boost domestic LPG uptake, reduce reliance on biomass fuels, create employment opportunities, and strengthen national content development in Hoima and surrounding regions. This collaboration forms part of a broader US $550 million investment pledge by Vitol and Vivo Energy during the 2024 Summit on Clean Cooking in Africa.
Uganda really holds a particularly strategic position for us across the portfolio in general, actually, as a country with huge potential, but in LPG in particular, right, with gas reserves capable of producing 30,000 metric tons annually of LPG, and with a strong commitment from the government to this clean energy solution.
We've got full support to make sure that everything continues to roll on and make sure we meet our time schedules. We've already actually started in advance working and getting the necessary consultants and everybody on board to start the process.
The commitment supports LPG infrastructure expansion, self-cylinder distribution, and clean cooking projects across African markets. Dennis Igoa for UBC.
The second edition of Watto Golf Tournament has been launched with action expected on the 9th of August 2025.
The second edition of the Watto Golf Tournament will be played on the theme of Hope on the Green, with a target of collecting 350 million Uganda shillings to support women and the vulnerable.
The Watto Golf Tournament is not just a sporting event, my friends. It's really a powerful expression of our unwavering commitment to care for the most vulnerable in the underserved communities. And this year, our special focus is going to be on the vulnerable mothers. We want to empower them. You've heard we have 1,125 that we are reaching out to right now, all around Kampala, also in Gulu, as well as Juba, South Sudan, where we have our total locations.
Watto Church Ministries has been in existence for 41 years, 31 of which have been vested in caring for the vulnerable orphans and women.
Currently, we are supporting 1,125 vulnerable mothers in our neighborhoods. Our goal is really to empower them to become leaders who will participate in developing communities. But importantly, they're able to meet their basic needs, they're able to send their children to school, meet their health care.
During this time, more than 6,000 children have been cared for, with more than 7,500 women empowered. In what Pastor Julius Rotlonyo says will be an occasion of sports meeting purpose and compassion, embracing excellence, more than 300 golfers are expected.
Last year, the tournament attracted over 200 players and 12 partners, raising over 89 million shillings. Great. And this went towards skilling young people by resourcing our own Watto Hope Vocational and Technical Institute. The funds have since been used to purchase training equipment for our ICT students, journalism and media, carpentry and joinery, automotive and mechanics, among other skills that they have undertaken.
This year's tournament will welcome the professionals category, who have pledged 5 million Uganda shillings to the cause of helping the vulnerable. The professionals at this tournament that has a plethora of partners will tee off on 7th August, while the main event starts and ends on 9th August.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with the lady Elizabeth Nakakuni and the whole team. It's a good night.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products